Happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Geeks Under Grace. I'd like to welcome you to our Thursday episode of Geeks Under Grace, where we talk about life and faith and how that kind of goes together into this thing we call our daily walk. I'm Chris, and I want to thank you for taking a few moments on your Thanksgiving holiday to watch this video. And of course, on Thanksgiving, a lot of people like to spend time giving thanks and expressing things they're thankful for. But I decided to go a little different direction. Let's talk about the things we should be thankful for, because a lot of times we take things for granted in life around us, and it's good to just kind of stop for a moment and look at things that we take for granted and say, wow, I'm really thankful for that thing. First on the list, water. I think a lot of us in Western cultures, we don't even take into account that we should be thankful for water. I came back from Haiti after spending a week there working on houses, and I found myself totally fascinated by the fact that I could walk over to a faucet in my house, turn it on, and get clean, drinkable water. This was an impossibility while we were there working. We had to have our water brought to us because we just couldn't drink what was there on the site because we would end up getting deathly ill. So take a moment, now don't waste any water, but take a moment if you will and go to a faucet, put a cup underneath it, fill it up, and just be thankful that you can do that. Another thing to be thankful for, electricity. I recently saw a video where one of the researchers that was involved in this huge project said electricity right behind water is one of the great equalizers in our society. Now, why is that? Because you can't do certain things without electricity that we take for granted every day. Here in America, as an example, if we want water moved from one place to another, we hook up an electric pump and we move it, and we don't even think twice about how amazing that is. So right after watching this video, take a moment and don't waste electricity, but take a moment to walk over to a light switch and turn it on and just say, wow, I am so thankful to live in a place where 24-hour electricity and light and all these cool things that we use electricity to do is totally possible. And never mind powering game consoles is a total bonus to all of that. You know, education is one of those things that we totally take for granted, at least in the United States. We don't realize how amazing it is that we get this 12-year education totally paid for, and all we have to do is show up and do our best. And next time you're in a class and your teacher, social studies or your English teacher, your math teacher is sitting up in front and it's one of those people that they drive you crazy and you're not sure you really like them that much, I want you to spend a little time and say thank you. Thank you to that person who is expanding your horizons and taking you to a place that you never thought possible. And without education, where would we be as a society? We would be stuck in a place where we couldn't advance, we couldn't invent, we couldn't create, we couldn't come up with new ideas and new ways of healing people and all these crazy things that we have education to be thankful for. The internet. Yes, I said the internet. There are a lot of things on the internet that maybe aren't so good, but doggone it, there's a lot of good information out there that every one of us have access to. At least those of us that have computers, that have electricity, that have education, that have all these things that are so awesome, we can access the internet. But there are places in the world where the internet is not available to every single person the way it is here in the United States and most Western nations. So the next time you turn on your computer, I want you to take a moment and be thankful for that internet connection that gives you so much information and access to so many things around the world. Another thing we take for granted often is YouTube. It's been around about 10 years now, and we are so amazingly blessed to have this much information. This kind of falls in the education category to a certain extent, but we have this amazing tool at our disposal that we can look around at the world around us without ever leaving the comfort of our home. We can learn things, we can grow, we can find out new ideas and concepts that push our own creativity and our own educational boundaries and all these kind of things. So, you know what? Make sure you hit the like down below, because that's one way of saying, hey, I appreciate YouTube. Hey, that's about it. I wanted to keep this short because it's Thanksgiving and you've got food to go eat, and I hope you have somebody that you love to eat it with. If not, well, just know that you're loved. All of us at Geeks Under Grace appreciate you and love you. And if you have a prayer request, you have something going on in your life that's really huge, put that down in the comments below or send us an Insta message to this channel, and you will have somebody that will join you in prayer. Speaking of prayer, how about the thing that we probably put the littlest emphasis on in our spiritual walk, and that is prayer. Now, whether you're a Christian or not, or non-believer, believer, whatever, I think there's something to be said for the ability to pray to the creator of the universe and ask for guidance and look for input and all those things that we do in prayer. It's so much of a bigger topic than what we can get into right now. But I hope you will not take for granted the idea, the concept of prayer if you're a believer. You know, if you're not a believer, I get it. You know, I'm not going to press that on you. But those of us that are believers, don't take that for granted. Don't take prayer for granted, and be thankful that the creator of the universe has created a portal through which you can communicate 2 ways, by the way, I might add. Thank you for watching this video. Hit like down below, subscribe up above, or not, whichever makes you happy, and happy Thanksgiving.